Last week, Disney announced they are releasing Loki Season 1 on September 26th, WandaVision the complete series on November 28th, and The Mandalorian Seasons 1 and 2 on December 12th. And this is huge news because they are all being released on 4K UHD and Blu-ray disc. That's right, these Disney Plus originals will be on the physical format for the first time. So, like I said, this is a huge deal for a major studio like Disney Plus, and specifically Disney Plus in this case, to be deciding to release physical formats. If you are a collector like me and you like putting those shiny discs in the tray so you get maximum bandwidth, you don't have to worry about internet weather or maybe somebody taking that particular show you're watching off of their streaming service, then physical media is for you. I also think that this is a litmus test from Disney Plus just to see how strong the format is for some of their more popular titles like The Mandalorian, like Loki. Because if you've been following the news, last month in July, Disney Plus announced that they will no longer, Disney Home Entertainment announced that they will no longer be selling physical media in Australia and even New Zealand for that fact, because they just didn't see the market there. And a lot of people were like, oh, well, that's the end of the physical format. It's going to streaming only. And even though I didn't release a video, I've thought about it. I didn't release a video. My thoughts on it were, yeah, that could be the end, but there are a lot of smaller companies out there that are still releasing physical media, although I do feel bad for those in Australia. So maybe it's not the end, right? But this, I think, is a little bit of a litmus test by Disney to see just how strong it is. So what am I doing? I'm going ahead and I'm putting in my pre-order. I've pre-ordered The Mandalorian Season 1 and 2, and I've also pre-ordered Loki Season 1. WandaVision, I'm not so keen on. I didn't really love that show, so I'll probably wait for the price to come down a little bit on that one before I pick it up, if I decide to pick it up. But I have ordered the other 3 because I am a fan and I want to support the format. And honestly, I suggest that you do the same if you're at all interested. Because again, I think this is a litmus test by Disney Plus and Disney in general, but it's also a litmus test for the entire industry. I want other titles released on 4K UHD. Amazon Prime Video has the Jack Ryan series. I kind of like it. It'd be kind of cool if you could pick that up. Netflix has different things that are originals. Will they ever release anything? Probably not, but it'd be nice. Apple TV Plus has originals, all of these different services. So if you and I go out and we start buying a lot of these discs, then that will help the studios and the holders of this content see just how important it is to keep these little discs spinning in our players. Another reason why this is so important is because, again, Disney Plus, just a few months ago, back in May, or I guess it may have been April, they announced that they were removing some of the streaming titles from their service because they were underperforming. And one of those shows was The World According to Jeff Goldblum, which, if I remember correctly, was one of the shows that they touted when they originally launched the service. But apparently that show, along with several others, I think it was over 50 shows, were removed from the service just because they underperformed. Well, if you were really into that show and they don't have a physical format, you just can't watch it, right? So having physical media allows us to keep our disc spinning in our players on our television as long as we have power and we can continue watching them. And I know some of you are saying, well, they get scratched and, kids and all of this stuff. Maybe. I have a bunch of discs over there. They're fine. I have kids. My kids know not to touch them and all that kind of stuff. Like, you can get over that, right? That's not as big of a deal as I think some people try to make it out to be. I'm going to be honest. So I am excited about this release. And again, I encourage you all to go out there and pre-order and purchase just like me. Yes, it may be a little bit more expensive than we want to pay. These discs are like $50 a piece. Okay, so they're not inexpensive, but I want to keep the format going and I hope you do too. So please, ma'am, please, sir, go out, buy these discs so that we can show the industry that we're still out here and that we are buying discs. Now, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and that notification bell so you can be alerted anytime I upload new content. I'll talk to you next time.